chain go up. Okay. Every 20 minutes change clothes. I had a meal before the label. Just as long as they know.
What's up, guys? SlumpTV here, bringing guys my World Series preview and my prediction. As you guys know on this channel, I have only gotten one game right when it comes to the MLB playoffs. It's bad, I know, but I've been watching both teams a lot, and one thing stood out to me, alright? The Chicago Cubs bats are alive, and their pitching is doing pretty good. The Indians, on the other hand, their bats have just been explosive and their pitching has been decent. The Indians won in 5 games against the Toronto Blue Jays, who I told you guys the Blue Jays were not going to win the World Series this year. They always have a last-second spurt where they choke and they don't make the World Series. But the Chicago Cubs, on the other hand, have beaten the Los Angeles Dodgers in 6 games. Clayton Kershaw got dominated in the last game, and Clayton Kershaw, even Max Kellerman was talking about it. Clayton Kershaw is not a dude you put in when it comes to a do or die situation. Yes, he came in Game 5 of the divisional series, but that's 1-2 innings, not that much. He can handle 2 innings. When he has to go 7 innings straight, at least 7 innings straight, without giving up a run, he's going to boil under pressure and choke. So yeah, obviously the Cubs ultimately came away with the win. I had a feeling the Cubs were going to take it, and thankfully they did. Toronto, I'm sorry, okay, maybe next year. You guys still have a good team. Like, you guys are probably going to make the playoffs next year as well, so don't be too upset about that. But now, let's get into what I can see happening in the World Series. In each game that the Cubs won in the NLCS, they scored over 5 runs. That's good. That's good numbers, right? But the thing is, they lost 2 games because they only were able to put up 0 in those games. The rest of the series they took because they were able to get runs, and their pitching staff, as I said, were pitching phenomenally throughout the series. The Dodgers took 1 game with a score of 1-0. Like, just think about it. That just proves that the Chicago Cubs pitching staff is perfect. They only had 1 game where they allowed 6 runs. Big deal. They lost that game, okay? It's just 6-0. You think they're going to be butthurt about it? No. The pitching staff came back and completely shut out the Dodgers for the rest of the series. Indians, on the other hand, man, this series was over from the get-go, and I'm mad about it because that was a series I watched every single game. And, man, Blue Jays pitching just choked. They trembled. Like I said in my prediction video, if this Indians team's bats can come alive, you can expect some damage from them, and they proved just that in the ALCS. And before you Chicago Cubs fans start hating on me because I said the Indians bats played better in their series, is because the Blue Jays pitching staff is better and the Indians ultimately scored in each of their games. Consistency is key if you want to win the World Series, okay? But the thing is that separates this Indians team and the Chicago Cubs team, Chicago Cubs pitching staff, oh my, greatest pitching staff I've ever seen in the playoffs so far. I love this pitching staff. Like, if this pitching staff on paper looks like they will demolish teams. I had the Giants winning that series because I didn't trust in them, but they've been playing phenomenal all the way through. The Indians pitching staff, however, have been performing a little bit better when it comes to all their games they've been playing. I mean, they've given up very small runs to the Toronto Blue Jays. The Blue Jays bats did not come alive at all, except that 1 game in which they won. Man, this World Series hopefully does not end up in a sweep. Does not end up in 5 games like the Blue Jays and Indian series. I want to see which team can end the curse that they currently have. My belief is that Chicago Cubs will win this series in 6 games, and that's for obvious reasons. I believe this team has the best roster when it comes to postseason play I've ever seen. The only other team that competes is the 2009 Yankees. This team is complete when it comes to defense. Their outfielders are nasty. Baez is honestly one of the greatest second baseman performers I've seen in the playoffs. He's been playing lights out on offense and defense. Everybody knew he was good for defense, but the way he's been batting this postseason is incredible, and I think he'll continue to do that. Indians fans, I'm sorry. You guys need to at least get 5 runs per game if you guys are going to win this series, because if it comes to Aroldis Chapman, it comes all down to Aroldis Chapman. 3 strikes, y'all out. See ya, guys. If you guys enjoy this video at all, please hit the like button and subscribe to Sports Fan Entertainment, and check me out if you're new. You've been watching SlumpTV. Peace out.
Myself.